In the early 19th century, the United States found itself embroiled in the War of 1812 against Great Britain. This conflict, a turbulent sequel to the American Revolution, saw the British forces focusing their efforts on America's coastal regions. In the summer of 1814, Washington, D.C. was set ablaze, a humiliating blow that marked a turning point in the war. As the flames licked the walls of the White House, the British turned their gaze southward, toward the vibrant city of New Orleans. With its bustling port and strategic location, the city was a tantalizing prize for the British Empire. The stage was set, the players were gathering, and the city of New Orleans, the jewel of the Mississippi, found itself on the brink of a battle that would shape the future of a nation. And so the stage was set for one of the most significant battles in American history. As 1814 drew to a close, a fleet of British ships under Vice ADM, Alexander Cochrane, approached the American coast. The British were no strangers to the art of war. Their navy was a formidable force, a symbol of power that had dominated the world's oceans for centuries. Yet they were about to face an opponent who was equally determined and fiercely protective of their homeland. Major General Andrew Jackson, a man of stern resolve and strategic acumen, was tasked with the defense of New Orleans. Jackson swiftly assembled a diverse force, a curious blend of regular troops, frontier militiamen, free men of color, and even a band of pirates led by the infamous Jean Lafitte. United under a common cause, these disparate groups stood shoulder to shoulder, ready to defend their land. One cannot overlook the audacious nighttime assault launched by Jackson on the night of December 23rd. It was a daring move, one that caught the British off guard, giving the American forces a much-needed advantage. The assault disrupted the British plans, buying Jackson precious time to fortify his position. On Christmas Day, under Jackson's watchful eye, the American forces began constructing a defensive line. This line, later to be known as Line Jackson, was a formidable 7-foot-high and 15-foot-thick barricade of earth, stretching nearly a mile from the Mississippi River to an impassable marsh. It was a testament to the Americans' determination and resourcefulness. The end of the year saw the British forces regrouping and preparing for a full-scale attack. On the other side, the American forces, now fortified behind Line Jackson, were ready. They had turned a vulnerable position into a stronghold. The stage was set for one of the most significant battles in American history. With these preparations, Jackson's forces stood ready to face the British onslaught. On January 8, 1815, the British launched their attack against Line Jackson. The early morning fog, thick as soup, shrouded the battlefield as the British soldiers advanced. The American forces, led by Major General Andrew Jackson, stood ready behind the formidable Line Jackson, a barricade made of earth and timber. The British attack was three-pronged. On the left, the British encountered the New Orleans Rifles, a ragtag group of frontiersmen, pirates, and free men of color, all under the command of Major General Carroll. Their deadly accuracy with their rifles caused the British to falter. In the center, Major General Samuel Gibbs led his column against the main American line. Here, the fighting was fierce and brutal. The British were met with a hailstorm of musket fire and artillery, yet they pushed on, determined to break through. On the right, Colonel Thornton attempted a diversionary attack across the Mississippi. His men, however, arrived late to the battlefield, and their attack had little effect on the overall battle. Time and again, the British soldiers hurled themselves against Line Jackson, but the American defense held firm. As the smoke cleared, the battlefield was a scene of utter devastation. The British forces had suffered heavy casualties. Major General Gibbs was among the fallen, his column decimated. The attack on the right had also failed, with Colonel Thornton severely wounded. The American defense, despite being outnumbered, had held firm, their line unbroken. The British, shocked and demoralized, began to retreat, leaving behind a battlefield littered with their dead and wounded. The Battle of New Orleans was far from over, but this first day had proven disastrous for the British. Their grand plan to seize New Orleans and control the Mississippi had met with staunch resistance. The American defense held firm, inflicting heavy casualties on the British forces. In the aftermath of the battle, news arrived of the Treaty of Ghent, marking the end of the War of 1812. The treaty had been signed on Christmas Eve of 1814, 2 weeks before the Battle of New Orleans. Yet the news of peace took weeks to cross the Atlantic, and so the guns of war continued to roar. The toll of the Battle of New Orleans was significant, with the British forces bearing the brunt of the casualties. The Americans, on the other hand, had seen fewer than 100 men fall. The British, humbled, withdrew, leaving New Orleans in American hands. This victory, however, raises a question. Why was the Battle of New Orleans fought after the peace treaty had been signed? The answer lies in the era's communication limitations. The Treaty of Ghent had been signed in Belgium, and news of its ratification by Britain did not reach American shores until February. The United States Congress ratified the treaty on February 16, 1815, officially ending the war. Yet, in the interim, unaware of the peace agreement, the Battle of New Orleans raged on. Now let's move to another intriguing question. Why did Major General Andrew Jackson enlist the help of a smuggler, Jean Lafitte, and his band of privateers? The answer is a testament to Jackson's pragmatism and strategic genius. He recognized the value of local knowledge and the seafaring skills of Lafitte's men. These privateers were familiar with the waterways and marshlands of Louisiana, skills that were instrumental in the American defense. Lafitte, however, was not an obvious ally. He was a notorious smuggler, wanted by the United States government. Yet when the British approached him for assistance, Lafitte instead offered his services to the American side. He proposed a deal to the governor, pledging his loyalty to the United States in exchange for a pardon for his crimes. Despite initial skepticism, Jackson saw the value in Lafitte's proposal. He enlisted Lafitte and his men, who played a crucial role in the Battle of New Orleans. Lafitte's privateers helped bolster the American forces, and their knowledge of the terrain was invaluable. The alliance between Jackson and Lafitte, unusual as it was, proved fruitful. The Battle of New Orleans, despite its late timing, proved a pivotal moment in the War of 1812. It was a triumph that boosted American morale and patriotism, marking the war's end on a high note. From the ashes of battle rose a new sense of national identity, one that would shape the future of the United States. The victory also propelled Andrew Jackson to national fame, setting the stage for his eventual presidency. This battle, fought in the murky swamps of Louisiana, echoed far beyond its borders, its legacy etched in the annals of American history. The Battle of New Orleans left a lasting impact on the United States and its young democracy. The echoes of this monumental conflict continue to resonate, shaping the country's narrative and its collective memory. Consider Major General Andrew Jackson, the man at the helm of the American defense. His decisive leadership and the victory he secured propelled him into the national spotlight, transforming him from a regional figure to a national hero. His reputation as a defender of the common man was solidified, setting the stage for his successful bid for the presidency in 1828. The Battle of New Orleans also served as a powerful symbol of American democracy's triumph over European aristocracy. A ragtag group of militiamen, volunteers, slaves, and pirates had stood firm against one of the world's most formidable military powers. It was a clear message, not just to the British, but to the entire world. The United States was no longer a fledgling republic, but a force to be reckoned with. On a more personal level, the battle was a testament to the resilience and determination of the American people. They had faced adversity head-on, and despite the odds, they had emerged victorious. It is this spirit that continues to define the American character, inspiring countless individuals to strive for greatness. The legacy of the Battle of New Orleans is also evident in the way it is commemorated. Every year on January 8th, the United States marks the anniversary of this pivotal moment in its history. Parades, reenactments, and celebrations take place across the country, particularly in New Orleans itself. It's a day of remembrance, a day to honor those who fought and those who perished. But it's also a day of pride, a day to celebrate the strength and tenacity that make up the fabric of the American identity. And so we remember the Battle of New Orleans, a testament to American resilience and a symbol of a young nation's determination to defend its freedom. As we draw towards the conclusion of this historical journey, let's take a moment to salute the brave men and women who risked their lives in the Battle of New Orleans and the countless battles that have shaped the United States. Their courage, resilience, and unwavering belief in the cause of freedom are the threads that weave the tapestry of our great nation. Their sacrifices allowed us to enjoy the liberties we have today, liberties that define the spirit of America. As we remember them, let's keep in mind that history is not just a series of events, but a guide, a beacon, a reminder of the struggles fought and the victories earned. It's a testament to the human spirit and its indomitable will. It's a story of triumph over adversity, of unity and diversity, and of the power of the people. And it's our story, a story that's continuously being written with each passing day. So, As we celebrate the legacy of the Battle of New Orleans, let's also remember to honor the legacy of those who fought, those who led, and those who continue to uphold the ideals of freedom, democracy, and unity. They are the true heroes, the ones whose stories inspire us to strive for greatness, to stand up for what we believe in, and to never stop dreaming. And finally, if you enjoyed this journey through history and want to learn more about the epic battles that have shaped America, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. This way, you'll never miss an episode of our American Battles series. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember, history is not just about the past, but also about the future we are shaping together.